Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another series review. Oh dear lord, I just watched the entire series of Downton Abbey, Part 3. I really enjoyed it. I think that it gets increasingly better in each successive season, but the end of this season made me want to throw something at my television. I was so irate. I thought, no! I actually wanted to scream at my television, but I never do that. I was just so heartbroken. A couple of very significant things happen in this particular season. I won't say what, but if you've seen the season and you feel like I do and you get attached to these characters, you understand my ire. I enjoyed it though. I thought that it was really sensational, particularly when the Crawleys make their trip to the Highlands at Donegal, and Donegal is even more massive and grand and spectacular and immaculate than Downton, and I thought, holy moly, this place you could eat off of the floors. Uh, it looks really interesting. I thought, this is a place I could live. I mean, they have shields on the walls and swords and rifles. I thought, yeah, this is right up my alley. But not really. I'm not that austere at all. I prefer more simplistic uh, surroundings, and I would be happy with kind of a earthbound home, kind of a cave. I think that would be kind of cool. But anyway, or a arboretum. I really want an arboretum when I get my own home, because I just think that would be amazing. I love trees and nature and all that. But getting off track a little bit. This season is very emotional, and a lot of things change. It's the 1920s, and a lot of people's financial situations are starting to become a little bit wobbly and uncertain, and then there's a lot of that in this particular series. You don't really know what's going to happen next, and yeah, in a bit I'm doing a review. Thank you. Sorry. Um anyway, it's this season is really really emotionally charged, and there's quite a bit that occurs within it, and it's just a roller coaster ride of epic proportions. Um, like I said before, I really like the transition. Well, the trip to Donegal and just the sprawling landscape, the vastness of Scotland itself. It made me feel nostalgic. I really want to go because I've got some roots in Scotland. Um, so I feel very attached to that land. Um, it's really quite absolutely stunningly gorgeous country, and even the shots they have of Downton itself, and I feel a connection with that as well, because it's in my blood. Uh, I could have been blue-blooded, well, kind of, because I have distant relation to William the Conqueror. He wasn't exactly a noble man. He usurped, and he earned his namesake, but yeah, I'm inherited to that. Which explains quite a bit about my odd sense of humor and just how weird I am. But anyway, distant relation at the most. um, it's still very intriguing. I relate so much with the British Isles, because a lot of my heritage comes from Ireland and Scotland and England, France. My dad just dismisses that. He says none of us had French blood. I said, yes, we did. We did too. you just need to look it up, but he doesn't believe that. And then I've got just a smidge of Polish, just a little bit of Polish. So, and half German. So, I'm a European mutt. uh, and I'm happy that I am. I like my background, and I'm very pleased to say that I have a lot of good characteristics from all those different places. Not the bad ones. I think I only received the good ones. But this this series, I'm sorry I keep getting off track about Heredity, but it's something that's interesting to me. In history too. This is very historically accurate the way it's done, and Julian Fellows is just a genius, I think. Um, I still didn't like the way it ended. I just was so upset. I'm still kind of shocked at the ending. I'm not going to say what happened. It's just something that I'm still kind of reeling over, and I would really like to see season 4, but of course our DVRs don't have the capability of actually videoing season 4, so I have no record of it. Just gonna have to wait until it comes out on DVD. So I'm just sitting there and I'm waiting with bated breath to see what happens next. I just hope it's not bad. I'm kind of on pins and needles and praying to God it's not my worst fear. But even if it is, I'm gonna keep watching because they Julian, he got rid of another one of my favorite characters, and I was just kind of upset with that too. And it was just such a gut wrenching, tragic. It goes. The theme actually carries on throughout the series and in season 3, but it really is absolutely marvelously done, and just keeps getting better and better. And I'm really excited to see what'll occur in season 4, and I don't know if there's a season 5 or not. They kind of mentioned that there would be. They hinted at it on 60 Minutes, so I'm not really certain. But if you've watched season 1 and 2 up to this point, watch season 3. You won't be disappointed, but by the end of season 3 you'll want to throw your sandals at the TV or whatever you have on your feet. Like for me it's usually sandals, but so upset. Why? Why? But it's just one of those things. Julian Fellows, dang you! But it's just an exceedingly well done series that deserves the highest praise. It's just so vividly written, and the characters are very believable. The history is done in such a way that it's very accurate. They don't sugarcoat anything. It's reflecting what happens in the case where you have affluence and you have those upstairs versus the cast downstairs. How they see life, how they interact, how they perceive their surroundings. It's kind of like a macrocosm of our social interaction with each other. I didn't think I would go into a sociology speech here, but or anthropology for that matter. It also has to do with anthropology too, because we are social creatures and we all have to interact with each other if we want to survive, and the family is the basis. They really focus on how the family operates and how they come to loggerheads sometimes, especially Robert and Matthew, how they just continually butt heads with each other, and then Robert realizes he was being a dunderhead, and he starts agreeing with Matthew, and he realizes that Matthew has some very good business since he's very savvy. He's middle class, so of course he's dealt with this before. And Tom, the chauffeur, he realizes that Tom as well has some experience with the farm, and he can help him manage the husbandry and just the agricultural part of Downton itself, the outer circle, basically, because he doesn't really know. He's kind of in his own little world. He's old fashioned, and he doesn't really like change all that much. He's kind of he seems like he's adaptable. He at least he's adaptable in the aspect that he's not entirely against change, especially considering Tom's character. He was probably one of the first to realize that Tom was a little bit light in the loafers. You know, Tom Barrow, Mr. Barrow, as they call him. Well, I knew that from season one. We all knew that from season one. It was really not that much of a shocker when it was completely revealed in season 3 with Jimmy, and he got caught. Yeah, I felt kind of, it was really another twist with Jimmy and Tom, and I thought it was sweet, and I thought, aw, they're just standing up for each other. I mean, even after they hate each other, and Jimmy was so against him and disgusted by his his show of affection, and he was thinking that maybe Jimmy felt the same way, but Jimmy didn't feel the same way. Jimmy's not gay. Jimmy's completely straight and a flirt. But it's there's just so much that goes on, and it's very multi-layered, and that's what I really like about the series. It's just absolutely enthralling and so very sprawling and vast and marvelously intricate and intimate, and you know, you get attached to these characters, and I know I have. I just hope they didn't destroy one of my favorites, because I'm gonna be heartbroken, but I'll eventually overcome it. But I'm gonna have to wait. Oh well. I guess that's all there is to say about season 3 of Downton Abbey, which I absolutely adored, even though the ending made me kind of upset.